Hello, my name is Baaaaahbra, and I am a motivational humorist as well as a best-selling author of the Humorous Adventures with Baaaaahbra. I believe in most situations we have a choice on how we react to situations, whether we laugh or cry, and I choose to laugh. As I travel around the country telling my stories, people ask me, why do all these funny things keep happening to you? And I reply, if you listen carefully, they may not have been that funny at the time, but in hindsight, they're hysterical. So I hope through my stories that I will give you some techniques so you will learn how to avoid communication breakdown as well as embrace the challenges of unexpected events. Miscommunication. Has anybody ever said something that was miscommunicated? I know I have. The minute I open my mouth, people say, "Where are you from?" Okay, I agree. I might have a slight Boston accent. All right, it's a little more than slight. Actually, to get rid of it, I think I need a major operation to have surgery to have it removed. So how you'll really hear the accent is any word that has an AR, I will pronounce like AH. And the reason my accent is so strong is I grew up 5 minutes north of Boston. I think we've all heard this saying, park the car in Harvard Yard. I went to the University of Massachusetts. That is 2 hours west of Boston. They do not have an accent. I was student teaching these 3rd and 4th graders, and the spelling word was car. They said, "What's that?" I knew very well they knew what that word was, so I replied, "It's another word for automobile, and if you don't get it right, it's not my problem." Another time, I wanted to order a pizza on the phone. They said, "What's your name?" I said, "Barbara." They said, "What?" I said, "Barbara." They said, I don't understand you. I said, "Forget it, Cindy, I'll be there." You know, sometimes it's not as important to concentrate on exactly what was said as long as you've communicated your message to get the correct end result. Now, I am the youngest of my whole family. So once I was living away at college, my parents were free to retire to a warmer climate. If you're from New England, you retire in Florida. So that's where they went. They go to Florida, and it was too humid for my parents. So I said to my father, "Go to California, go to California." So they go to California, and they told me they found a great place to live called La Jolla. I thought, okay, great. So when I graduated, I wanted to check out La Jolla, and sure enough, I loved it. Come to find out, the way you're supposed to pronounce that city is La Jolla. Well, who knew? I went to a Mexican restaurant. I looked at the menu. I asked the waiter, "What are these things, japerinos?" He said, "Jalapenos." Well, thank goodness I asked. I think I saved myself from a mouthful of fire. Now, another time this man asked me if I played tennis. I replied, "Well, I'm not that good, but I have great effort." And his face does this face contortion. Well, I know what I said, and it didn't deserve a face contortion, so I'm used to this. I asked him, "So what do you think I just said to you?" And he thought I said, "I'm not that good, but I have a great outfit." That would have been the last thing I would have said to him. So a tip is, if you have a conversation with somebody that has a funny face on, ask them to repeat what they heard. Not only is it better to communicate that way, but you might have fun in the process. I went to a club that was very noisy. You could hardly hear yourself talk. To make matters worse, I was with a friend that had a thick Scottish accent, and she had to deal with my Boston accent. I came up with an idea. I got a napkin. I wrote a note to her, and I passed it to her. She wrote a note back, passed it back to me. It wasn't until later on we realized that everybody around us thought we were deaf. But you know, visual aids are really important with communication, even napkins. So, in closing, I hope that you might be able to employ some of my techniques so you can avoid communication breakdown and embrace unexpected events with laughter and joy. Thank you.